So we get asked a lot from candidates what questions they should ask in an interview, and I think the way interviews have changed over time in terms of being more conversational than Q&A, which is, I feel like, what they used to be. Candidates get a lot more out of that conversation, so you can sometimes get to the end of the interview and be like, the client will say, "What questions have you got?" And the candidate will be like, "Oh, you've answered everything, but thanks very much." And I think it's super important to still have something to ask. What kind of things would you suggest a candidate ask at that point?
Yep, so I would always suggest showing interest in the company's growth and their plans for the future. So I'd always ask, even if it comes down to their hiring plans even, how they plan on growing the team more, if there'll be some other open positions in the future, or where they see kind of the company growing and what they would like to achieve in the future, really.
Yeah, and how the candidate could contribute to that, I think, is a good add-on. So like finding out, tell me about all the plans, and then how do you see me personally being a part of that? And I always like it when people ask about like why it's a great place to work.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, why it's a great place to work allows someone to give you quite a stock answer, whereas if you ask, why do you love working here?
Yeah.
That brings that person into the conversation a little bit more as well, so making it quite personal to the person that's interviewing you, or the people that are interviewing you, because that's all going to be quite different, isn't it?
100%. Yes, we like to sell ourselves and our best points. I think sometimes it's great to ask at the end of an interview, what skill sets could I improve on that would make me a better fit for the position? I think that just shows that you're willing to kind of learn more and grow your own skill sets and to be better for the position.
It's a nicer way of asking what concerns have you got, isn't it? You've got that spin on it, like what can I do to overcome this challenge that you've got with the positive side of things. I also think it's good to find out a little bit more about, like, if you're interested in the day-to-day of the role, what does a typical day look like? They sound like quite basic questions, you know, what's it like to be a part of the team or the culture or this or that, but actually it's things that aren't on the job description or the website, isn't it, that you're trying to get out of that a little bit more so.
Culture is definitely a question that you could ask about as well. I mean, what does that kind of ideal person look like for you here? Because sometimes, you know, you may think culturally this isn't the best fit for me, but they may list all the things that you are in a person, and that just gives you that little bit of reassurance at the end of the interview to think, actually, no, this is the right position for me, an opportunity.